because of China's one-child policy, there are more men in China as opposed to women. And since there's abundance of men and less women, there is a significant amount of pressure on young, educated women to get married. Because look, there's already a certain population of men that won't even get the opportunity to get married. So if you have single women who refuse to get married, it makes the problem even worse. So there are all of these ridiculous propaganda campaigns that refer to women who are 27 or older and unmarried as so-called leftover women.
Do they put them in the fridge? Okay. No, this is crazy. Now, I know you got a problem, but first of all, you're the ones who created the problem, and I'm referring to the Chinese government. You had your stupid one-child policy. And look, and maybe I'm not even being fair by saying stupid. It's against my instincts because obviously it restricts freedom and liberty in the most significant way. And I know why they did it, because the population was totally out of control, et cetera. When are we going to get beyond this? And of course, the consequences of it, about 40 million more men than women in China, is devastating. And it was one of the oldest stories we ever did on the Young Turks. About 10 years ago, Ben and I did a story about how that actually triggers a whole series of other consequences. Actually, homosexuality rises. It sounds crazy, but sociologically that does happen. Why? Because, you know, we're on a spectrum where everybody is not just gay or straight, they're somewhere on the spectrum. And when there isn't availability, more people try to go in the other direction. I'm being really simplistic here in describing it. And having more men than women historically in your country have led to more wars, because men filled with aggression, with no outlets whatsoever, a lot of times wind up causing conflict, okay? Now, that might be in history, and hopefully it doesn't happen in China. But there are all these things. Now, you turn around and you blame the women for being leftover women when it wasn't their problem in the first place.
It wasn't their problem in the first place. In fact, when they were born, if they were born when the one-child policy was already implemented, there's a huge possibility that the parents were disappointed, because a lot of Chinese parents want boys, which is why they're doing the gender selective abortion. A few years ago, there was a television drama in China, and the name of it is, and I know it's a little lost in translation, right? But when you translate it, it's Old Women Should Get Married.
Well, that's right to the point. What should we call this show where the old women really ought to get married? I got it. Old women should get married. Bingo.